to TV shows and all things loved by nerds. We'll share just how we rate them from our favorites to the worst. Poking fun at toxic fandom, so we'll kick this into gear and see what's on the list today. Let's discuss some toxic tears.
Tell me how you feeling. And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great, ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Welcome to Toxic Tears, episode 25. Good Lord, James, can you believe it's 25? That's insane. What are we doing with our time? Anyway, welcome. As you have seen, we're back after a brief hiatus, and joining me. Wait for it, James. James the Jedi. James, say hello, brother. James is joined by remote in beautiful Tennessee. Welcome, James, where he's waiting on some rain. I'm very frustrated that it's not happened yet. It's sprinkling a little bit. That's awesome. Welcome to our Star Wars extravaganza. We are going to be ranking all of the Star Wars figures from 1977 to 1985, which includes Star Wars, Empire, Return of the Jedi, The Real Power of the Force, Ewoks, Droids, and the 12-inch collection. Hello, Shane Reap. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being part of it. Every time I hear this, all I think about is Bill Murray singing Star Wars.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Give me the Star Wars, don't let them end. Star Wars, if they should bar wars, please let these Star Wars stay.
Alright, let's give Lobot a rest. He's tired. He's definitely tired. Guys, welcome to Toxic Tears. We are so glad you're with us. We got a couple of things to talk about. First and foremost, let's put up our disclaimer. Blah 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 blah. This is our futile attempt not to be copyright struck when we put up the YouTube replay. I don't know. This time we might make it because we're not showing any clips of anything, so we might actually make it this time. We'll see, but pause it, read it, enjoy it. Now, we want you to comment. We want you to push back. We want you to tell you what your favorites are. We want you to comment and have fun, but we don't want you to misbehave. If you misbehave, if you do anything that we feel is way out of bounds, we will block you. And because we know that, just like Lorena, don't be afraid to cut people off. Don't be afraid. Wise words from a true feminist. Wise words. What was that? It's from Better Off Dead.
Language lessons. Inspired words from a man who knows how to skate.
Anyway, so we don't have any spoilers, but we are going to talk about our rankings. This is going to be different than when we do our films. And by the way, we're a ranking channel, not a review channel. Remember that. We rank based off our opinions. We don't actually do full reviews. There are much better channels that do a much better job than we do. But we are going to rank. And James and I talked about this for quite some time. We wanted to make sure that we were doing this right. So we are going in the Wayback Machine, and we're going to be kids back in 1977. So we're not talking about collectability or secondary market or eBay or whatever. We're talking about James and I are going back to our childhood where these toys are coming out. They're going to be under our Christmas tree. We're opening them up, all excited. And it's about whether the toy had playability, right? If it looked like the character, right? And then accuracy, that is the character. So playability and if it looked like the character. I think that's fair. That's it. So, to start off, our S is...
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So S is the best. That means top of the line, one of the best figures that came out during that 1977 to 1985 era. It is chef's kiss. Rob hates that. A is
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing!
So A means it's awesome, but it just doesn't reach that GOAT status. Hasn't reached that GOAT status. And then, of course, our C.
I mean, it's alright, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean...
C are those figures that you played with, but they weren't your starters. They were like your second string, right? Well, we're going to just say C. Yeah, very good. Because normally we'd say watchable, not memorable, but C is kind of like your second string Star Wars figures. You called them in when the Empire was getting the edge. By the way, I'm wearing my red Jim and Them shirt. I'm doing the red Empire colors. James has his Star Wars shirt on. Always looking. Oh, very cool. I love my Jim and Them shirts. These are the best shirts. These are what I call my dressy shirts. They're my long sleeve. I love the long sleeve. Jim and Them Shop at jimandthem.com. One of my favorite podcasts. Check them out. Jim and Them Shop at jimandthem.com. I love their shirts. This is my red Jim and Them shirt, but I felt like it had the red Empire color. So, all right, F.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
F is a figure that you might play with once, but most likely it's going to end up on the shelf in the toy box. You have it because you have to have it, but you have it because you had to have it. Like it was part of the collection. And finally,
What the fuck?
Z means that we have no idea why they made it. We question all of our life decisions. We question what they were thinking. I don't know if we're going to have any Z's. We might have a Z. By the way, all of our information comes from these toy channels, thecollectorsguide.com. The toycollectorsguide.com is amazing. If you are a collector or forgot about a toy line or didn't know all the pieces that went to the toy line, that's where I got almost all my information from. But some great YouTube channels. One of James and my favorite channels, or James and I, is the Padawan Collector Official. That's Theory Sabers, right? Yeah, he's phenomenal. Everything Star Wars, he's phenomenal. Analog Toys, great channel. Ed's Retro Geek Out, I love them. Toy Federation, I gotta go out there. They're in Spartanburg. They have a great channel. They have an amazing store. And finally, WCBS, which is World Class Bullshitters. They're a great channel. They have a humorous take, but they also have some really base takes on toys, although some of my age shouldn't be using the word base. So that's a little bit of some shout outs to the people who we pull the information from. All right, James, are you ready? All right, let's talk about our very first figure from, was the original 12, right? There was original 12, then 20. Yep. And so that would be Rook Skywalker. Now this is called Farm Boy Luke. You remember? I think it's called, everybody hates that name, but it's Farm Boy Luke. Notorious for having different hair color. Like there's a blonde, there's like a darker like almost not a bronze, but like almost a red. But there's different hair color. And he came with the yellow lightsaber. The first round had the telescoping lightsaber where it came out, then you had like 2 different telescopes, or 2 different, and then you had the one with just the little tip, which always broke off, right? So, the figure looked, I mean, again, we're not going to look anywhere close. This was not the time of matching up, but I know this is one of 12. Luke was not my favorite figure only because I'm a Han Solo guy. I know what my GOAT Luke Skywalker figure is. I don't think this is it, but yeah, I think it's an A, because there is a GOAT Luke Skywalker figure. I think you probably know what I'm talking about, James. But there is definitely a GOAT Luke Skywalker figure, so... Oh, dang it, James!
Oh, you had me on mute!
Yeah, I knew.
Oh
I was
my
wondering why I
gosh.
couldn't hear you in my headset. Dang it, James, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
That's gonna be a real interesting edit in the replay.
Yeah, that is.
That's gonna be an interesting edit in the replay.
Damn it, Ron, you had one job!
One job. I had one job. I had one job. I also forgot to take the rankings off. I had 2 jobs. All right.
All right, let me rephrase it real quick.
Good.
So for that Luke Skywalker, my vote is an A. So that's there. Now we can move along.
Right. I don't even know the hyperspace thing had a...
Oh, I can't even hear the light speed. I didn't
No,
even know.
that's interesting because I had that off. Next up is Han. Now, I put both variations. There was Big Head Han, which I never understood, and then Normal Head Han. I had the Big Head Han because I had the first. I got the little cutout where you had to order the figures, and you paid for it. And you got the first 4. I couldn't wait to get Han because Han was my favorite character.
Oh yeah.
So, love the gun. Trying to think, would this be the GOAT Han for me though? No, it's not the GOAT Han for me.
No.
So, what would you rate this one, James?
Probably an A.
Yeah, I think it's an A. Now, is it better than Luke?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Luke, unfortunately, well, you did kiss your sister, so that should be a penalty mark.
Okay, we don't need to talk about that.
3PO knew that and told no one. So, with our grading system, for S, A, and C, the best moves it to the front. So the very first one is the best in S, A, and C. For F and Z, the one at the front is the worst one. So it's the opposite. The worst one is the first one. All right, next up is Leia. Again, this is not my GOAT Leia. He had that notoriously bad vinyl cloak cape that always ripped. It dried out and broke. She came with a blaster. Her buttons were really big on the side.
I was going to say
how big they are.
Yes.
Cool figure. You had to have her because Leia was a major character. This was one of the few toy lines where the female character was crucial to the toy line.
Yes.
G.I. Joe did it with Scarlet and CoverGirl and many others, but Leia, I think, probably is the GOAT when it comes to female characters in a toy line.
Right.
And I know the kids on my street, everyone had every version of Leia. Nobody's like, oh, I don't want a Leia. Because Leia was just as important as Luke and Han.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's a GOAT.
No.
But she's definitely an A, right?
Yes.
And I would, we're going to get called names for this, but I'd put her after Luke.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. Matches the infamous on Luke and Leia.
We're actually matching it up.
Yeah. Because, for me, it's not Luke, Han, and Leia. It's Han, Luke, and Leia.
Right. Yep. Agreed. They did make the Jawa cloak out of cloth. So they could have made all the cloaks out of cloth. But there's the lineup right now.
Yep.
Next up to bat, we've got R2-D2. Love this. I don't know why I love this figure so much. I love there's something cool about the color scheme. He made the little clicking sound. You remember?
Yeah.
The only way you got him with the third leg, I almost added that to this countdown, but there is a third leg R2, but you only got it with the Droid Factory.
I need another leg.
It's Kenner's new Star Wars Droid Factory that you put together to make your own droids. Jawa action figures sold separately.
Hey, I made R2-D2.
You can make your own droids or follow the droid maker blueprints. By switching different tops, arms, and legs, you can make hundreds of droids, up to 5 at a time. The movable crane swings parts where you need them. You can even make droids with wheels.
Gotcha.
The Star Wars Droid Factory. Jawa action figures sold separately. New from Kenner.
Oh.
Which to me is the GOAT. That would be my GOAT, typically my GOAT R2, because that third leg. But there's another one that, for me, is more of a GOAT. But
yes.
R2 is an amazing character, crucial character.
Oh, I love R2.
Yeah. So where would you put Mr. R2?
Definitely an A, and probably after Leia.
Yeah, because you got to have, again, playability's there, but you got to have the key figures to make that work, you know?
Agreed.
A's are stacking up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. Next up is 3PO. I like this 3PO. The one problem I always had with 3PO is his limbs got loose real quick and used to be able to shake him like a scarecrow. I'd be like, oh. But this is still not a GOAT for me on this particular version of 3PO. It should be because it was part of the first 12, but 3PO is a key part, but he doesn't really have, when you started playing, if you were acting out the scenes from the movie, 3PO was important, but when you started going on your own, creating your own stories, I don't know about you, but I didn't really involve 3PO in a lot of them because he really doesn't do much. You know what I'm saying, James?
Except provide the laughs. But then again, when it comes to talking to alien species that you don't understand, you do need him.
True, if you were playing that storyline as a child, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, he would be, for me, he'd be a C. But what do you call it, James?
I would still an A.
Okay.
I still find him very important, but I would definitely put him after R2.
An A category, gotcha.
Yeah.
I know he's part of the core, but for me, he would have been a C just because of playability.
Right.
Again, and I'm thinking about being a kid, and when you go off on your own stories,
right?
Which characters are you going to play with? Yeah.
As long as I had Han, Luke, Leia, 3PO, R2, and I'm sure we're going to get to Chewie soon. As long as I had those 6 figures, I was happy.
Yeah, agreed.
Because they are the top 6 to me.
Right.
Where everyone likes to celebrate the original 6 Avengers, those are my original 6 heroes.
Yeah.
So now who's next? Is it Chewie or?
So next up is Chewie. The only version of Chewie too. It's the only one we got.
That's the only version?
Only one we got. And
okay.
I love Chewie. Han and Chewie, you had to have those 2 figures. Chewie is such a fun character. He's super, compared to the other characters, he's probably the strongest as far as brute force.
Yeah, and him and Han have the best epic romance ever.
Right, and I would have adventures when I was playing with the toys just with Chewie because he's just so cool. So I would say a GOAT. What would you say, James?
Man, if that's the only character, dang, it's like I want to keep him in the A's with the other characters, but then that is such a good figure. So, man, I hate to break the formation, but yeah, a GOAT.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a GOAT. But right now he leads the GOATs. But yeah, you can't beat Chewie. All right, next up, Obi-Wan Kenobi, correct lightsaber, right? He had the blue, right?
Blue.
Again, 2 versions: the telescoping and the double telescoping. Again, that stupid blue tip always to break off.
Yeah.
Or your dog would gnaw it off, or you'd end up gnawing it off. But Ben, for playability, the problem with Ben is he dies. So, and we didn't, if you got him for Star Wars, you didn't have the Force Ghost thing. So obviously when Empire and Jedi came out, you could do him as a Force Ghost, but he really wasn't, as far as playability, he wasn't for me, a big character. So he was kind of, he'd show up, but he wasn't like one of the main characters I would play with as a child.
Agreed.
So I would say a C, but what do you say, James? Think it's too low?
No, so for me, even though I am a diehard Obi-Wan fan, it's none of Obi-Wan from the original films. Because as a kid growing up, I always thought he was boring. So if I did have a Ben toy, but I never really played with him much. So I would agree with you.
Yeah,
I would definitely put it
I don't
as-
think anybody really. I think most kids had him as part of the collection, but
But
when
never
again, when
really-
you started making up your own adventures,
Yeah, you
Ben
don't really, like-
wasn't typically with it. So
Yes.
I mean, I'm not speaking for all kids, but yeah. So
So I
Ben
agree
is
with
our
you.
first C. Okay, next up, the man, Darth
Woohoo!
Vader, red lightsaber again, telescoping and double telescoping, stupid vinyl cape that ripped all the time. You could not.
I don't
put
know.
It,
It looks pretty badass.
yeah, but it ripped, and you couldn't put him in the ships with
Oh,
the
that
cape. It would wreck.
sucks.
But I don't care. Darth Vader, and this is the only one they made of him, just like Ben, just like Chewie.
Yeah.
Darth Vader's the GOAT.
Yes.
Absolutely, hands down, the GOAT.
Oh yeah, I agree. And in fact, I would put him first, Chewie second.
Oh, I don't disagree with you at all.
Because Vader was he was like the best part of those movies for me as a kid. Like whenever he would show up and scare me and thrill me, I'm like, I love this character.
Well, not to mention that after the reveal of him being, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker's father.
Oh, that
you could do a whole different adventure with him. And I remember having a couple times where I played where Darth Vader became a good guy.
Right.
That's the joy of a child's imagination.
Yeah.
But absolutely a GOAT. Absolutely a GOAT. So, without a doubt. Next up, the Fett.
Yes.
Now, the mail away had two different potential prototypes. There was the S launch and the L launch. I think that's what they're called. Where the L launch went down and clicked, and then you could fire the missile. The S or whatever it was had that like almost zigzag pattern to lock it, and then you fire it. People swear they got these. I myself swear I had a rocket firing Boba Fett. That's Mandela effect. I don't remember. There's no way I had a rocket firing Boba Fett because they weren't shipped out. That was because of Battlestar Galactica ships, which are the dumbest thing. You're going to shoot a missile in your mouth and you choke. You're kind of taking your own risk. But with Fett, I think didn't a recent rocket firing Boba Fett go for like $1.6 million?
Oh man, I can't remember.
But either way, if you had Fett, that was your GOAT.
Yes.
You made him mad. You made him good.
Well, that's the best thing about bounty hunters. They don't have any allegiance. So
right. Yeah, especially when you
good
had all
or
the
bad.
bounty hunters, and you were really like, if you had all the bounty hunters on your street, you were the king.
Yeah.
You were the legend. And I hate they ruined that series with him because I was so excited about the Boba Fett series.
Yeah.
But,
well, if it's any comfort tomorrow, Morrison regrets the show.
I kind of think he's the number one GOAT. What do you think, James? Even more so than Darth Vader, but you tell me.
Yes, he is a GOAT, but I would disagree. I still would keep Vader first, but he would definitely be second to me.
All right. I'm going to, because you're the guest, I'm going to go with him second, but for me, he would be my top GOAT. We got three GOATs. Yeah, for a character to have that little screen time and just be so I don't think that's ever happened again. Again. The Death Squad Commander, or Death Star Commander. You could army build with him. That's what I typically did. Because back then you could army build and not go into credit card debt, like pocket change, $2-3 a figure at some places. So I liked him. He's an army build figure. I would say a C, because you're not going to army build him like you would a stormtrooper.
Correct.
So I don't know. What's your thoughts, James?
I agree. I would do the same thing. So it definitely is a C.
Okay, yeah. But you're not going to have an entire fleet of Death Star Commanders.
No.
Better than Obi-Wan? I would say, I know I played with him more than I played with Obi-Wan.
Yeah, true. I definitely would too.
Only because of playability, I think Death Star Commander gets The Empire gets a win on that one. No F's, no Z's. All right, next up is the Death Star droid. I never played. I had this figure. I don't think I played with him that much. If I did, I made him a bounty hunter because I think he shows up once in the movie, maybe twice. He's mostly,
R2 and 3PO
he's the equivalent of an extra in a Star Wars film. You could army build with him if you'd want, but really, playability-wise, there were cooler droids. You could make him an alien species that attacks Luke, I guess. For me, he was an F. I don't know about you, James.
Yeah, definitely an F.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I've seen better droid
and he didn't have much
characters that I
screen
would
time,
army.
so you really didn't know what to do with him. You know, what was his backstory, all that. You really didn't have any kind of storyline, so you're basically just going by whatever you thought.
All I pretty much remember him as is one of the prisoners of the Jaw was when R2 and 3PO get captured. That's all I remember him as.
Yep. Fell the same floppiness that 3PO fell into.
Yeah.
I think maybe Han Solo, Luke got that way too, but it took a lot. But the droids, 3PO and Death Star droid, they got floppy quick. Next up, he didn't shoot first, but he's on our lineup. Greedo! Love Greedo. Love Greedo. If you were doing any kind of play story with Han Solo, it was always him against the bounty hunters, and I always had Greedo kind of leading the bad guys. He's just a cool looking figure. I love the alien look. I love the color scheme. He to me I think he's a GOAT. I don't know. What do you think, James?
Dang, that's hard because I never was big on Greedo growing up. I wouldn't have even chosen him necessarily to like army build because if I had to choose.
No, you didn't army build. He was a solo character. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, and like I said, if I had to choose between when it came to bounty hunters, I would have asked for Boba Fett for Christmas, not for Greedo. Right. So I guess for me, I mean, I'm not going to give him a low grade, no. But I would probably say an A.
Okay. Now, where would you put him on the A list, though?
I definitely would put him right before both R2 and 3PO.
So Leia still gets a lead spot over him.
Yes.
Okay. I would have put him next to Han, just because he's his arch nemesis. Everyone says Boba Fett is, but remember, Boba Fett didn't show up in Star Wars. He showed up in Empire.
Did when it got restored.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the original cut. You're right. You're right. Yeah, but he shows up in the Jabba scene, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that scene, by the way. I like a lot of the things that Lucas did in the new cuts. I did like very much some of the things he did, but I did not like the Jabba scene. So I may be one of the few people that did not like it. All right, there you go. So Greedo beats out Leia. I mean, is right behind Leia. So not bad placing Greedo.
Yep.
For scum and villainy, not bad.
Yep.
All right. Next up, Hammerhead. I don't know why I love this figure. I love Hammerhead. Hammerhead's one of my favorite of the Cantina characters. I always used him as a bounty hunter. But he has one brief appearance in the Cantina, and that's it. He also shows up in the Richard Pryor Star Wars special.
A double? You got it. You in love?
I just like the design. It's just a cool design, kind of lanky, kind of veiny too. I just realized that. But he's a cool character. I would say an A.
I don't know. For me, it's like even though I liked Hammerhead's design in the movie, I would never ask for him as an action figure.
Really?
Yeah, I never wanted a Hammerhead figure. He looked cool in the movie, but that was it. For me personally, and please don't get mad, I would probably just put him at a C.
All right, I'll give him a high. I'll put him at the top of the C's.
That's fine.
Because I always let my guests have the deciding factor.
Right.
So unless I'm really like passionate about something, I might push back, but I'm not going to push back on that. everyone I knew, all the kids I hung out with at this age on my street, because we used to play Star Wars. We had this really cool. We had a regular driveway and a sand driveway. I don't know when my dad had that. And so the sand driveway became Tatooine, or it would be a G.I. Joe. They were in the desert. But all of my friends would meet up there. We'd create these like really cool, play areas and stuff and scenarios. And everyone had like 20 hammerheads. I don't know why everyone had so many hammerheads. They bred in your collector's case.
That's
so
weird.
They were like gremlins. If you got them wet, you had 100 of them. So anyway, hammerhead gets the high C. I would have put him on an A, and I would have probably put him behind Greedo. But yeah, there you go.
All right.
Moving right along.
Move along.
All right. Next up, Jawa.
Oh,
now,
gosh.
I had both. My favorite was the cloth cape. I did not like the vinyl cape. I think the vinyl cape is the one that isn't he the one that is more valuable?
Probably.
I think the vinyl cape is more valuable. I'm not sure, but I like the cloth cape. I army built the heck out of these. If anytime I could buy a Jawa, I would buy a Jawa because I always was recreating like the droid scenes, and then like when I had the when I would do like Tatooine, you'd have like a bunch of Jawas, and they would try to steal the land speeder. But I love Jawas. I don't know why. I love Jawas. I would say A for the playability, army building. You could kind of put them in any scenario because, Jawas, although they're on Tatooine in the movie, I mean, you could always make them like, a bunch of them left the planet and headed to wherever. But what's your call on that one, James?
In the words of 3PO, I can't abide those Jawas. They're disgusting creatures. I really never liked the Jawa, so I would never have asked for a Jawa action figure. Even if I got one, I would have done to them what Mando did in The Mandalorian. I would have burned them.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. For me, it gets a flat-out Z.
A Z?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not going to give it a Z.
Fine.
I would give it an A, so we got to go somewhere in the middle. I'll put it at the C mark, and I'm going to put it next to Hammerhead. Because you could army bail them, and you had two different types.
Yeah,
If I would have kept all my Jawas, I could have probably retired. So, but yeah, okay. We'll give them the C. Give them the C. So there we go.
That's tolerable.
Yeah, okay. Next up is the Luke pilot. This was a cool figure because I think the X-Wing came out before the pilot came out, so you're using farm Luke. So it was nice to actually have the Luke pilot.
Yes.
Again, it's not my GOAT Luke Skywalker.
No.
But still a cool figure.
Right.
I think cooler than the actual farm boy Luke.
That I agree.
He doesn't look like Luke. I mean, you could army build these just as pilots if you wanted to.
Actually, yeah, I was going to say that would be better.
So where would you put him?
Definitely an A. Probably right. Dang, I want to say first. Putting him in between Han and Farmer Boy Luke.
Oh wow. Okay, so you're gonna put him ahead of Farm Boy.
Yes.
The only thing is, and I'm not going to count this against him, why he didn't come up with a lightsaber. But at that time, I don't think any of the figures had what happened in either Empire or Jedi, where they started making the independent lightsabers, where they fit in the hand. So that explains why. I don't think they had already designed that particular accessory. So I get it, but I still think he looks better than Farm Boy Luke.
So yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Han still's in the league. It's going to take a lot to knock him out.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is the Power Droid. I love this figure. It's one of my favorite droids. I think other than R2-D2, this is one of my favorite droids. I don't know why. I've always loved this droid. And it shows up once, right?
Right. When R2 and 3PO are captured.
Yeah. And I really don't know. I'm sure in some book, some Star Wars canon book, they explain what the purpose of the Power Droid. I just thought he was cool.
Yeah, They're literally walking chargers. That's what
Oh,
they
they're
are.
phone chargers.
Yeah, literally, and they walk. So.
Yeah. So again, I think he's a cool figure. I would say a C. I wouldn't say an A, but I think he's a cool figure. What do you think, James?
I mean, now don't get me wrong. As much as I love R2 and 3PO, I always loved Gonk, and so.
Oh, his name Gonk? They call him Gonk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Gong droid. You know,
Okay.
it goes bonk, bonk. So I would put Gonk I would give him an A and put him in between R2 and 3PO.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, 3PO again. You don't get. At least you won't get him. He won't get floppy on you.
Exactly.
So I think that's a fair.
Yeah.
Deal. Yeah.
So I mean, as much as I love R2, if I wanted to have another droid, it would definitely be Gonk.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's
Gonk's
perfect.
up there. Way to go, Gonk.
Yep.
But I guess you could army build Gonks too if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I mean, even soldiers need power to their stuff. So and
next
plus,
up
when
is,
I played Battlefront, I had to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, James.
I was going to say another reason why is because when you play Battlefront and you need to charge your weapons, you have to go to a Gong droid to do that.
Oh, okay.
At least I think it's okay. I believe so. Yeah.
Next up is R5D4. Very cool figure. Very colorful.
Except it had a bad motivator.
Yeah, but I mean, I played with this toy a lot. Probably as much as I did R2. I liked Gonk better. Just I don't know why.
Yes, Gonk's better.
R5 is cool. I think he probably, I would say A, but I don't know. What do you think, James?
I would, and I guess because of what happened to how badly he blew up in the original film, I wouldn't have really liked him anyway. So I would have probably given him a C.
All right, where would you put him on the C chart, though?
I probably would put him maybe like right before the Jawas.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. So he'd be number 2 to Hammerhead.
Yes.
I'm good with that. All right. So R5D4 doesn't get beat by Gonk. So, next up is Sand People or Tusken Raider. Again, another army build figure.
Yeah.
Really, all you can. Oh, there's Oreo behind me. I will not be shocking my dog. Thank you, Hassan Piker. That was terrible. See, now Oreo's leaving on that joke. She did not find that joke funny. How many dogs do I have here? I've got 2. I got Buddy and Maisie here. They're cool, but you really only if you're playing, like, again, we're going by kid logic.
Right.
Keep that in mind. We're definitely going by kid logic here. You're not really can't play with them, but if you're on Tatooine, I don't know. I think he's a C. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I mean, Sand People are pretty interesting figures, but I never really wanted those figures growing up because they don't strike me as the army build type. So I would probably do a C as well.
Yeah, the other thing is, I don't think they had Bantas back then. You had the Dewback, but not the Bantas.
That's right. They didn't. Yeah, they didn't.
If you had a Banta and you could have them ride the Banta, I probably would have been a more popular figure. So where on the C would you put them?
Probably right after the Jawa. No, I'm sorry. Rephrase that. Before the Jawa, my bad.
Well, you just hate them Jawas. You got Jawa. You're Jawa phobic.
I never liked the Jawas. That episode of The Mandalorian when Mando was killing a bunch of them. You have no idea how happy I was.
Hey, James, that's dark. That's just dark.
They got what was coming to them. They steal from you. They steal your droids. Yeah, who would want a Jawa?
All right, there you go.
Yep.
Next up, now this one you could only get in the Cantina Adventure set.
Oh, I do remember that set.
Sears had a bunch of these sets, and the only reason you bought them was because either the play sets were crap, like this one was like a cardboard thing, it broke almost as soon as you took out the box, or you lost the white pegs for the feet in, but you got the 4 figures, and it was like $10. It was a phenomenal deal. But this was the only way you got the blue Snaggletooth. Because the original Snaggletooth, as we all know, is red and tiny.
Yeah.
He's also called, I think, the Disco Boots Snaggletooth. I love this figure. I like him better than the other Snaggletooth. And he was great because he was in the movie. You could do whatever you wanted with him. So I made him a bounty hunter, which is a running theme, I think. But I would say an A. What's your call, James?
You know, I never really paid much attention to those figures. So if I saw those at the toy store, I would probably pass on it. So I'd probably give it a C.
Wow, you're being hard. Well, if I give it a C, I'm going to put him ahead of Hammerhead.
That's fine.
But because I love Hammerhead, but Blue Snaggletooth is the bomb.
Well, I never really paid much attention to him.
And if you ever find a disco in space, you're all set. You got Disco Boot Snaggletooth. Blue Snaggletooth leads the C's. Hammerhead second. R5D4 is hanging in there. All right, now we've got the regular Snaggletooth, which again was one of my favorite figures. Again, I made him a bounty hunter, so he'd come off of Tatooine, so he had a deeper story arc. Even as a child, I was giving these characters deeper story arcs. Future filmmaker. I think he's an A because he's a main character and you can use him in so many different things. I don't know. What are your thoughts, James?
I won't deny that if I saw that figure, I probably would take on that one. So yeah, I'll give it an A.
And he didn't come in the Cantina set, so. All right, we're on the A chart though, James.
Oh man, that's a good. Maybe. I'm trying to think here. Man, that's a hard one. I don't know.
I would put him probably after the Gronk.
Gonk.
Whatever. Yeah, Grogu. I would put him after Gonk.
Okay, that's fine.
So poor 3PO. He's just not having a good day today. He's getting knocked back further and further.
Poor 3PO.
All right, so let's take a look at where we're at. This is just Star Wars, guys, by the way. We haven't hit. There you go. Next up, Stormtrooper.
Yes.
Army build the crap out of these.
Yes.
So this was, if you had figures, you had Vader, Leia, Luke, Han, R2, 3PO, Chewie, and Stormtroopers. Because at that point, Boba Fett came at the very end.
Yes.
So I almost want to give him GOAT status just because he's so recognizable. You played with him constantly. You had 20 of these things hanging around the house. Yes. I would say GOAT. What would you say, James?
Definitely a GOAT, and I would actually put him in between Vader and Boba because I would want Vader and as many Stormtroopers as I want to create my own army.
I'm going to put him after Chewie because I just think Chewie is... You want Chewie because he's part of the good guys, but you definitely want the Stormtrooper once you get the good guys. Because you got to have him. He's like the main bad guy for your guys. And then you could army build the heck out of him. I must have had 20 of those things, man. I'm not kidding. Interesting. I was worried that we would have to do a separate... I'll have to look. We may have to do a separate one for Empire, or I don't know if we can add this one to Empire because I have to see how many figures we have. All right, the last one is Walrus Man. Weird figure. I liked him because this is the guy that gets his arm cut off, right?
Yeah.
It'd been cool if they had where you could take the arm off, but again, they didn't have the tooling for that yet.
No.
They should have done when they came up with the disassembled 3PO, they should have re-released this figure with the arm coming off. Because at that point, they had the tooling, right?
Yeah.
So I love Walrus Man. You know, he was one of my main. You had Greedo, you had Walrus Man, Hammerhead. Made him a bounty hunter. You're going to hear that a lot. I would say C.
Yeah, same here.
And I'm going to put him after Hammerhead.
That's fine.
Because they would be the three amigos. Snaggletooth, Hammerhead, and Walrus Man. I think Walrus Man should get some love.
Despite his only presence in the film was to get his arm ripped off.
Right, exactly.
And cause that interesting change where when his arm gets cut off, it's bleeding. But ever since then, whenever a limb gets cut off, it's cauterized.
Oh, with the lightsaber, yeah.
Yeah, with the lightsaber.
They were still building the mythos. Yeah, there you go. There's our final Star Wars ranking.
No C's and only one F.
Not bad. Pause it if you'd like. We're going to start off with 2-1B. That's the medical droid while Luke's in the tank.
Right.
And he had the little probe, which always was weird. That little probe. Like, do we need the medical droid? This is where we start getting into what figures we would have rather had than this one.
Yeah.
You know,
I definitely would not have added that to my collection.
like there were so many creatures in the cantina they could have done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this, I mean, I had it. It ended up in the toy box. I didn't really play with it.
That's how I would have done it too.
I would say an F.
Me too.
Yeah, I hate to do that to you, 2-1B, but I think it's well deserved. So we're not starting off the Empire too swift. Empire is the best Star Wars movie, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
So
That's my favorite Star Wars film of all time.
next up is Forlom. Now, a lot of people get him and Zuckuss confused. I think there was a big controversy, and it wasn't until some book was released, some Star Wars appendix was released, appendices or whatever, where they did it. But notice the what I love about that. Notice the label on there. Can you read that, James?
Free Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah, back then when it was going to be called
and
that.
the Admiral Akbar was the mail away. I like Forlom. Forlom is a very cool. This I used to call him the Jeff Goldblum, him and Zuckuss, because the fly. I mean, this was afterward. Obviously, that wasn't out when these figures were out.
Yeah.
But later on, I used to think they were like if Jeff Goldblum's Brundlefly became a bounty hunter. He's a bounty hunter. Really cool looking figure. I would give him a solid A. He doesn't really reach GOAT status, but he's overall a cool figure. What is your thoughts, James?
I never really paid much attention to that character. And if I saw that at the toy store, I would just pass on. So I would probably give it a C.
Oh, James, why would you do that to me?
Well, I was
No.
I'm
All right, no. I always say my guests get the final word unless it's something I want a hill I want to die on, and I don't think I want to die on a hill for Forlom.
Yeah.
Sorry, Forlom. So we'll give him the C. If you guys don't agree, it's James's fault. Send your letters, care of James the Jedi. Now, then you got the mail away, which was Admiral Akbar, which I guess I don't know what the heck that rod is. I don't even remember that in the movie, but he comes with like a wand or a scepter. It's really weird.
I don't remember that at all.
But that's the way he came. Eventually, I think he did get a card back, but that's the way he came. Admiral Akbar, I never played with this figure. I was so excited to get him in the mail away because anytime back then, mail aways were a big deal.
The weeks of drinking gallons of Ovaltine in order to get the Ovaltine inner seal to send off for my little orphan Annie's secret decoder pin was about to pay off.
I got it. Master Ralph Parker, my decoder pin.
They were a big deal. Whether it was decoder rings, stickers, if you were part of a fan club, mail away figures, it was a big deal. And so even Akbar was a big deal. But I remember I got him, I was like, oh, cool. And then he ended up on my shelf. I just had him posed out. I think I had him in my Rebel because I never played with my Rebel Transport either. So I just had that displayed on my shelf. I think Akbar was the pilot or he was someone in there. But I would say, I hate to say this, I think he's an F. What do you think, James?
I would definitely, put him in a C, actually.
Okay. Behind Forlom, you gonna give Forlom some love? Or no?
For this particular sense, yes, I will.
Wow, I'm sure he greatly appreciates it, James.
He's a bounty hunter. He doesn't have feelings. He cares about money.
This is true. This is true. Boy, compared to Star Wars, we are definitely starting out on the weaker side. Good Lord. All right. Next up is the AT-AT Commander. If you have the AT-AT, you had to have the AT-AT Commander.
Yes.
But he didn't, and you could army build him, but again, I played with the Stormtroopers. I didn't play with these characters as much. They mostly ended up on my display shelf or they would be in the cockpit or in a thing, but
Right.
they were the first ones usually to die. They were definitely, I wouldn't even call them second string. They were third string for me. I would say an F, but what did you say, James?
Dang. I always liked. I did love him in the film, and so if now, yes, I would more likely just keep him in an ad walker.
You can't
But
really do much more with him than that.
Right. It's not that bad of I don't know. So I don't know. I guess I'm going out on a limb here, and I guess I will give it an F, but I would put it before.
Oh yeah, the droid. Yeah. Remember the F's. The top one is the worst. So he definitely is not as bad as 21B or whatever his name is.
Right.
So I mean, absolutely not nearly as bad. And this is the second round of figures. What is going on? Here comes the driver. Now I bought these. I never used them as either drivers. They were always stormtroopers, or they ended up being pilots in my TIE fighters. But they're really cool looking. I think they're really cool looking. I love the rifle. He can carry it on his back. Some of these figures you're going to see the way they put the guns in their hands. Some of them couldn't even hold the gun. Bosk is a prime example of how the heck you kept the gun in his hand. But I would say an A on him.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I think that's an easy A. Not as cool as
Dang, that's a hard one because I really like the designs of their helmets.
Yeah.
A tad bit more than a regular stormtrooper's helmet.
Yeah, I would say he's cooler than a stormtrooper. I
love how more tactical looking it is.
Yeah, he was kind of like, you could use him as like your SWAT stormtrooper.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, good news, guys. We broke the A's.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! Here comes two of the most useless figures. Bespin Guard 1.
Oh gosh.
And then Bespin Guard 2.
Never was a fan of the guards.
2. 1, 2. The only thing good about 1 is that mustache, dude. That mustache is, and notice he's got the goatee, and this one he's got the steampunk mustache.
That's weird because the picture is showing him with a full beard, but the figure has a mustache.
He's got that steampunk mustache, or I guess what they used to call the Fu Manchu mustache.
Yeah, that's weird.
Hopefully that wasn't in any way offensive, but that's what they used to call it, the Fu Manchu mustache. But I think both these are a Z. I had them. I never played with them.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I don't,
never was a fan of them, so yeah. I would.
And I gotta give. I'm fortunately going to give the lower Z to my mustache guy because that mustache has earned him a higher place. Listen, if you can walk around the Empire with that mustache and not get force choked by Darth Vader, you're kind of a legend. All right, there we go. We got our first Z's.
All right, what's next?
Got our first Z's. Now, I think, by the way, that there was, if you looked at the sticker on the Bespin Guard, the second one, that's where they advertised the display area. You know, we talked about this, remember, James, when we did the play sets, and it looked like that. You could mail away from that.
I do remember that, yeah.
But that was the mail away. It was a cool mail away. I think there might have been 3 mail aways with the Empire set. They were really starting to go crazy with those. All right, we mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Again, his gun did fit for the most part. There's one of them I'm trying to think of that really had a hard time putting the gun in his hand, but I think you had to prop the gun up in his armpit to really make it work. Like you couldn't have him hold it down here because I don't think it had a closed thumb. I think it had the open thumb. I remember he could only. I think he had an exclusive gun as well, but he really wasn't good with the gun. I'm trying to look at the picture a little better, but yeah, I remember. I think you had to literally position the gun like this so that the butt of the gun was in his armpit so he could hold it. But if you dropped it down, I guess it would work because he could hold it in his armpit, but you couldn't use the other hand. The other hand was just like that. So it was a really weird design. Bosk is awesome.
Yes.
Bosk is he's tough. I think he's one of the toughest looking bodyguards. Does he reach GOAT status, James?
Yes.
All right. I don't disagree with that. So Boba Fett and Bosk are the 2 bounty hunters right now that have the S spot. Way to go, Bosk.
Yeah.
You are the man. You are the man.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. All right, next up is the detachable C-3PO. Now this, and it came with the backpack that goes on Chewie's back. This, to me, was the GOAT C-3PO. What's your thoughts?
Dang. That's I actually can't fight. I can't disagree on that actually. So I always loved how it. Well, I don't know. I didn't have that kind of toy, but then again, if this was during around your time, I absolutely would have got it.
Yeah, and remember, this was really cool. Again, toys were kind of still evolving, and Star
Right.
Wars kind of for a while set the standard. Then, of course, G.I. Joe came along and changed everything. When
Right.
McFarlane came along and changed everything. Of course, Mego was before Star Wars, where you had almost the Barbie size, because then you had the regular size GI Joes and the Mego figures. That's where really action figures started. But no, this was a cool feature. I don't think he beats Bosk though.
No.
I think we gotta represent with Bosk. East side. So
Time to do a tiebreaker.
yeah. So C3
All right.
goes right after Bosk. Not bad.
All right. What's next?
We're covering the whole gambit this time, which is really cool. All right. Next up is the Cloud Car. I never had this figure. I wanted this figure when I saw it out of the package at like a flea market or thing, but I didn't know what this figure went to until, I'm not lying to you guys, until recently when I started looking up, like I for a while I was watching like old vintage commercials as almost like a therapy. I just love vintage commercials from the 80s and 90s, sometimes even the 70s. And I didn't know that this was an actual, like what he went to. So, and the Cloud Car is one of the worst Star Wars vehicles ever made. This is a Z for me just because I think it's a dumb toy and therefore a dumb figure. What's your call on that, James?
Same.
But what would you give it as far as a Z? Does it? I think it's better than the Bespin Guards because at least he could go on the ship.
That's fine.
You know who was in my Cloud Car? It was the Bespin Guards. I thought the Bespin Guards flew the Cloud Car.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. So, see, this show is educational.
Yeah.
Educational. So there we go. 3 Z's. Z's are leading the pack.
Breaks the tie.
The Z's strike back. Dun, 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 dun.
All right. What's next?
Dengar.
Yeah.
No disintegration. Does he say that in the movie and in Robot Chicken? Yes, he says it in both.
Yeah.
And then in Robot Chicken, he gets really upset about not being able to disintegrate anybody.
Can't wait to get started, right, fellas? Gotta hunt that bounty, but the bounty's in the hunt, I always say. Tricks of the trade secret, disintegration devices. D-guns, D-bombs, D-missiles. I'm the disintegration machine. Want a guy disintegrated? Get me integrated. That's Dengar's motto.
I want them alive. No disintegration.
As you wish. Ah, shucks.
Yeah.
Guys, if you haven't seen the Robot Chicken Star Wars special, you are missing out on life. There's multiple. If you go on HBO Max, you can actually watch. I think they have the complete, like all of them. And
but then he was in the Clone Wars, and Simon Pegg voiced him and made Dengar badass.
But Simon Pegg is a perfect voice. Why does that work?
I don't know.
Why does that work so well? Dengar looks like he's got toilet. Like he looked like a last minute. They're like, we need one more bodyguard. Let's find the old Darth Vader suit that we used. We'll chop it up, put it on him, wrap him like a mummy in paper towels, and that's Dengar. So my least favorite bounty hunter by far.
Oh,
so
wow.
I wouldn't give him a Z, but I would give him an F. What's your call, James?
I'd give him a GOAT right next to
Bob. No.
If you had seen that Clone Wars episode I just mentioned, you would sing a different tune.
All right,
so
well,
for me,
he
GOAT
gets
status right after Bosk.
Okay, he's going to get an A because remember when we do it, we're in the middle.
Right.
So I have A. I'm not going to give him an F because I'll go higher, but I'm going to give him an A and I'll put him after the at Drava. Boy, James, I would have given that guy a flat F. Not only an F, I would have put him behind the AT-AT Commander. I would have put him ahead of the AT-AT commander. I wouldn't have put him
No.
ahead of 2-1B because that guy's just pointless.
No, but I like Dengar. Put
I can
him,
tell.
Bosk, and Boba Fett together, they'd be the perfect bounty trio.
You know, Dengar's probably sitting at home in his space station. And he's like, nobody likes me. And then he turned on this podcast.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, oh my God, I have a fan. James the Jedi likes me.
Actually, it's very funny that, imagine that. In the Clone Wars where he debuted, he's sitting in the back of a recliner and he sees Bosk with a girl. And he's like, Bosk, who's a girlfriend? And Bosk's like, shut up, Dengar.
So Dengar's like the Meg. He's the Meg of the Star Wars universe.
Shut up, Meg.
Yes. All right, next up, FX7. The only this was a cool looking droid. Again, no purpose, but the arms used to break off.
Right, but it was also in Battlefront to heal you.
Well, that's a medical droid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely cooler than 2-1B.
Yes.
But his arms would break off.
Oh, which sucks.
It's really hard to find one of these open with all their little arms. I still think he's an F, but what are you thinking, James?
Dang.
No, and listen, I love the fact that some of these characters returned in stuff that you were able to watch as a kid. So I can imagine if they released this figure, again, we're going by if these toys came out when we were kids, if they had released this, I could see you walking by that going, oh crap, there's FX7. So where would you mark him?
Dang. I mean, I wouldn't play with him often, obviously, but he definitely would be something I just like the design of it. So I would probably give him a C.
Okay. Would you put him before or after Admiral Akbar?
Before.
I'm not putting him before Forlong. He's not cooler than Forlong. But that's cool, James. I didn't think about that. With both that and Dengar, you're right. If they came out, the figures just came out when those shows came out. You're like, oh yeah, I would definitely want that figure. So that's really cool. Okay.
Absolutely.
Because I know a lot of these you probably caught, on the secondary market because you obviously weren't alive when they were out.
Right.
I'm old as heck. So, but yep, there we go. So FX7, 2-1B is jealous, but you know what? Haters gonna hate. There was another mail away that James and I talked about, which was the survival kit, which you got a couple of backpacks, the gas mask from when they enter the worm's mouth.
Yeah.
There's a couple of really cool blasters. There's the Gatling gun that you could attach to the bottom of the AT-AT and swing down. So that was a cool mail away. I had those. I loved them. I think that was the last of the mail-aways for Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Just a little bit of fun stuff.
Right.
So this is my favorite hand.
Ooh.
He just looks so cool. Like everything about this figure. And I love even the card back. He's working the outfit. I love it. This is my favorite. This is my goat hand. If this is definitely my goat hand.
Dang. You know what? I actually would say I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you? And I'm sorry, boss. Nobody puts Han in the corner.
Yeah.
Nobody puts Baby in the corner. Nobody puts Han in the corner.
Yep.
But boss, you go right next to him. You guys can hang out. You really didn't get along in the movie, so maybe we're bridging some gaps here. Maybe we're making some connections here.
Hey, boss picked a fight with Obi-Wan when he was bothering Boba. So
there you go. See, James with the big time trivia. There.
Got a problem with me.
Oh, sorry. All right. So there you go. Now a lot of people are going to disagree with me because I think most people think that this is the GOAT Han, which is a very good argument.
That's actually not a bad argument.
Yeah. We may have two GOAT Hans.
I am not against that.
Yeah, I think we need two GOAT Hans. And I think his pistol may have fit in his holster.
Agreed, yeah.
But this, because then you had the Tauntaun with both Tauntauns, you could stick them in the back, but then you had the Tauntaun where you could open the tummy up and put Luke inside.
I thought they smelled bad on the
outside. Yeah, I think we might have double goats. Han Hoth is, you could only really, he only works on Hoth. Where Bespin Han, he can hit the city, he can hit the town, he
Yeah,
can hang out
okay,
with
yeah,
the
that's true,
Joes.
yeah.
He could even hang out with He-Man. He might be like the shorter guy, but like a short king with He-Man.
Okay, point taken.
Yeah, but yeah. So I'm gonna keep my Bespin boy Han. But I forgot about how good looking that figure was.
Yeah.
And I mean, I mean, probably I would say, James, the two worlds that because we had the sand lot, we did a lot on Tatooine when we were
Yes.
playing. But then probably the second one would be like before Jedi came out, it would be Hoth. Because Hoth had some of the coolest play sets.
Yes.
There were a ton of really cool play sets.
They were, yeah.
And you could actually build like a full size, almost like a full size play set of the four or five play sets that were available. IG-88.
Yes.
Another super, super cool bounty hunter.
Yes.
I loved IG-88. So it was probably Boba, Bosk, and IG-88 were probably the trinity of bounty hunters. I think he's a GOAT.
Yes, he is.
And I think, does he beat Bosk? Does he top the Bosk?
Dang, that is a good question.
I say he does, James.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
and then he made a really cool return in the Mandalorian too, which was awesome. Even though we're not counting that as part of this, because we talked about we're counting, but playability. I mean, if you're a kid, you're definitely IG-88's definitely a big part of the bad guys.
Yeah.
And
I do not like that they made him some babysitter droid.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Well, there you go. Okay, so Empire's striking back.
Yes, we're starting to get some goats now. All right.
Next up is the Imperial Commander, which did not look at all like his gun was weird too. But they went with like that dark blue, and they were green, right? They had green, almost green.
Yes.
Yeah, because they were meant to look like World War II. They were all meant to look like the bad guys in World War II.
Yes.
So, I mean, again, you could army build them. Again, most of the time these guys sat on my shelf as a display piece. I would say an F.
I would pass on them. Yeah, F too.
Yeah,
I would pass on them.
He's more of toy box, or he goes on the shelf.
Right.
I think he's cooler looking than the AT-AT Commander, so I think the AT-AT Commander is a little worse than him. But we're gonna keep 2-1B right where he belongs, because he deserves that punishment. It's definitely more balanced with this one.
Yep.
Lando.
Yeah.
Is this the GOAT Lando?
That's a good question.
I think the Jedi Lando is better Lando.
Okay.
This is the classic Lando.
Yes.
And this is the one with the smile. Remember they had one with the white on the one without?
I do remember.
I call this the Colt 45 Lando.
He'll say to her, how about a nice, cool, smooth Colt 45?
Hi. How about a nice, cool, smooth Colt 45?
He was on the Jeffersons too. He made an appearance in the Jeffersons as well.
I did. Yeah, I
did a guest star in the Jeffersons. Love that show.
That, yeah.
I would say A. I would put him as a high A, like the leader of the A's.
Yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Lando takes over the A's. Dude, this is definitely much more balanced than the other one.
Yeah, with Star Wars, yeah.
Bespin Leia. Hate this Leia. I hate the outfit. She looks like she's wearing her mom's drapes. Looks like a Carol Burnett sketch.
What brings you to Terra?
I just don't like the look. I don't like anything about it. And it has that stupid vinyl cape, just like Lando, that breaks.
Yeah.
I had this Leia. She went on the shelf. I usually use the white layer, or the other layers we're going to talk about, but not her. So I would say F.
Yeah, as much as I love Leia, that for that character, I would give it an F.
Yeah, just not a good call.
Right.
But I get it. They were trying to. It's funny on some of the sets, they built the whole like entourage, and then other times you'd have to wait or not get it at all. Because I
Yeah.
don't think do we ever get a Han and Luke in the stormtrooper suits in this era? I think we just got the Luke, right? Or do we just get the?
I don't
It's coming
know.
up. I can't. We just got one. We didn't get the other, which was so bizarre. Much worse. F. I mean, you got the 2-1B, the Imperial Commander. I mean, you would definitely play with that Leia more than you would play with the other ones. All right, so now we're getting to the real close to Goat Leia's.
Okay,
This is real close to a Goat Leia. I have 2 other picks, so I'm not going to call this a Goat Leia because, again, she's on Hoth, so you can't really do much with her other than Hoth. But dang, she looks amazing in that gear. I would say she's a high A on this one.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think she leads the A's. Unfortunately, Lando, I'm so sorry, buddy. You were there for a while. Listen, you held on for a while, but Leia's going to take it. So Leia gets an A and an F. That's interesting. All right, there you go. So Leia, F, and then she comes back with the A. She strikes back with the A. Best figure ever. Best figure ever. No idea why.
Well, Lobot became
this is
an
absolutely a Z. I had this figure. I don't think I ever played with it. It stayed on the shelf. I had it because it was part of the collection. Just a dumb figure to make. Sorry, Lobot. Love you, baby. You dance for us. We appreciate it. But what's your thoughts, James, on the Lobot?
As cool as this design looks in the film, I would definitely pass on him.
What do you do with him?
Exactly. So I would pass on him as a kid. So definitely a Z.
Yeah. But what I'm going to do, Lobot, because you dance for us and you give us 100% when you do your dance for us when we're introducing James, I am going to put you at the back of the Z's. Yep. So you still retain your dignity. Bespin Luke, this is absolutely for me. Not the goat. Yeah. Not the goat.
Ooh.
Not the goat yet. We're getting there. Not the goat yet.
Yeah, I'm not there either, but that's still a good Luke.
Yeah, I would say high A.
Yes.
And I say it beats Leia.
Yes, I agree.
Poor Lando's like, dudes, what are you doing? Like, I was sitting on that top spot. You're just taking it from me. Lightsaber that was separate from the character.
Yes.
But look what they did again with the lightsaber. Why would you do that if you're making a lightsaber that's not connected? Why would it not be blue?
I don't know.
That's really stupid. I never could figure out what possessed them to do that, to not give him the right color lightsaber. All right, so now A and S have beaten out Z. That's a good.
And they're tied now.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Hoth Luke, very cool looking. All the Hoth characters are cool looking.
Yeah, but
I would say, would you say goat or A?
No, I would say not goat level yet.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you. I think we have to move Lando down more. Sorry, Lando. I'm sorry, Lando.
Yeah, because
please don't take any offense. Is he better than Hoth Leia? I don't think so. I think Hoth Leia is just cool looking.
Yes.
I may be in the minority, but I really do think Hoth Leia is amazing. Barry Fisher, we miss you so much.
Oh, this December will mark 10 years of her death.
Wow.
Yeah, time has flown by fast.
There you go. So Leia, we got a Luke at the front and a Luke in the middle, and a Luke at the end and Leia in the middle. So, all right, R2D2 with the sensor scope.
Oh, yes.
Still not a go for me, but very cool.
For me, that's goat level.
That's your goat?
That's my goat.
Okay.
Yes.
And the cool thing is at least they did something different with R2 and C-3PO. You had the disassembled C-3PO and you had R2 with the scope.
Yes,
so they were adding, just like with Luke, Leia, they put them in different outfits. Hoth Commander, another army builder.
Wow. Definitely better than the Bespin soldiers.
Yeah, I mean,
and even better than the Imperial pilots.
No, you need him. I think he's an A because this was a really good army build.
I do like that one.
I'll put him after Dengar for you, though.
That's fine.
Because I know you don't want me to move Dengar. But yeah, that's a really good army builder. There you go. A's starting to pile up.
Yep.
Then you had the Hoth. This is the one I think if I'm correct, and you can correct me if I'm not, this came out before Hoth Luke, because I remember using this figure to replace Hoth Luke because they came out with Leia and Han, but not Hoth Luke. I think he came out way later in the line. So I think I'm correct on that. I think it's an A, but I think I actually think the Hoth Commander is cooler.
Yes, me too.
So I'm going to put it after the Hoth Commander. Hoth Commander looks like Omni-Man.
Really?
Yeah, he looks like Omni-Man. He looks like either Tom Selleck or Omni-Man. So there you go.
Tom Selleck more likely.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah, I got maybe especially for the time period, he would definitely be more Tom Selleck-y.
Absolutely. During a time when women desired Tom Selleck.
Snowtrooper.
Oh, yes.
So cool looking.
That's
again,
a go for me.
I will tell you, I Army built these. I didn't care if they were on Hoth. They always showed up. You think it's a go?
I always loved their design. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say it's a go. I always loved their designs, and if I saw that as a kid, I would have definitely Army built.
That's our second Stormtrooper that ended up on GOAT status too.
Yes.
I don't think it's a GOAT. I think it's an A, but I'm going to give it a GOAT for you. But it definitely is a really cool looking Stormtrooper.
Yep.
My two favorite, and it's not really a Stormtrooper, my two favorite are the Stormtrooper and the TIE Fighter pilot. TIE Fighter pilot's not a Stormtrooper. I know that, guys. But as far as Imperial drones,
Yes.
Speaking of that, there he is. Dude, he's so cool looking.
Yep.
He's so cool looking. I think he's a GOAT.
Yeah, me too.
Now this one I'm going to do some moving around. I think he's. No, I'm going to put him after R2 for you.
That's fine.
So he's a little cooler than the Snowtrooper. There you go. Boy, the S and A's are really starting to race each other. Next up, Ugnaught. They had the different color aprons. They were cloth aprons too, and they ripped right away. Right away. Very chintzy material. It's like they had scrap felt from like a Michaels or something. I don't even know if Michaels existed back then. But I mean, they were okay. Didn't have a lot of use because all they had was the carrying case.
All they pretty much did was freeze on. That's all they did.
And you really never got a cool carbonite playset. You got that one from Sears that was made out of paper.
Right.
Which broke in an instant. But if they had to come out with a really cool plastic carbonite playset, I think that they might have had a little more punch to them. I'm not going to give them a Z. I think they're an F.
Yeah.
And I probably actually played with them more than I did with they're probably more part of my ensemble than Leia, Bespin Leia. So
yes. Your mother's so ugly she put the in Ugnaught.
That was from Robot Chicken.
Yep.
Your mother is so fat that Ben Kenobi said, "That's no moon. That's your mama."
Your mama's so dumb, she thought Jar Jar comes with pickles.
Your mother is so stupid, she thinks a lightsaber has fewer calories.
I don't get it.
It's light. It's light, like light means that there's not a lot of calories and it's good for your body. That's how stupid your mother is.
Again, guys, Robot Chicken. Gotta
Your
watch
mother's
it.
so fat. Jabba the Hutt said, "Damn."
So,
oh, man, treasured memories.
Good times. All right, next up, Yoda.
Yes.
Now, you had different color canes and snakes. I don't know which one's the valuable one. When this came out, I think of all the figures that I got, this one was the one I was most excited about. Besides Boba Fett. I think Boba Fett and Yoda were the two I was most excited about. But Yoda, you wanted that figure because he was such a cool character. So, I love the Yoda figure. I would say a GOAT without a doubt, wouldn't you?
Definitely a GOAT, and I would put him right after the first two Hans.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
I might have put him before Han.
Oh, okay. That's fine, too.
I think he deserves the top GOAT spot. He's freaking Yoda.
True.
You got the cane, you got the snake. The robe actually held up pretty good. He had his own playset, the Dagobah playset, which is one of the coolest playsets in the series.
What a creepy swamp!
It's Kenner's new Dagobah action playset. You have to put it together. Action figures each sold separately.
Yoda, I'm stuck! Fear not, Luke Skywalker, I'll save you. Now I'll teach you the ways of the Jedi with the lightsaber. Now how to levitate. I'm trying, Yoda. I did!
New Dagobah action playset from Kenner Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection.
Sorry, Han, we love you, but you're no Yoda.
War's not make one great.
And he was such a crucial part because he
He
tied in the
was.
whole Force, and you had the Dagobah scene in the Empire was so
I still
cool and
think
so
that
dark.
the way Yoda teaches about the Force is even better than Ben Kenobi. I don't know. It's just, to me, when Yoda talks about the Force, he just really makes it sound very spiritual, very philosophical.
Oh no, Frank Oz did such a great job with the character. He really did. He
Yes.
brought that character. Like, you know
I feel-
that he used to bring Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy on set to entertain.
Yes, when Mark
Hamill.
Hamill was
Yeah.
having a bad attitude. Yeah. So George Lucas pushed the Oscars to give Frank Oz an Oscar for Yoda,
Yeah.
but they snubbed him of it.
Nope. Zuckuss, which is the other one. I thought he was a cool. I liked him as a bounty hunter. I thought he was a cool looking bounty hunter. I think he was better than Forlom.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I'll give him an A. I'm going to put him, because I know you won't let me move Dengar, I'm going to put him next to Dengar.
That's fine.
And yeah, there was a controversy between which one was Zuckuss and which was Forlom and all that nonsense. Because Star Wars fans sometimes have nothing better to do. It's so sad that the fandom has become so toxic. I don't know if it's the most toxic. I think it's close. But yeah, it's so sad. All right, last but not least, James and I argued about this last time. We counted him as a vehicle, but he really is an action figure, is the Wampa.
Right.
He is definitely an action figure. Can't do much with him, but he's such a cool figure. I would say an A.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You can army build him too.
Yeah, that is true. Considering there was a deleted sequence from Empire about 3PO unleashing an army of Wampas on stormtroopers.
And he was like $5.99, so you could definitely have a couple Wampas. Mama and Dada Wampa. Again, another great scene from Robot Chicken is when after Luke cuts off his arm, he pulls up to him in the gas station. Well, there you go, guys. There is the Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
We're not going to go over all of them, but you guys can see them. So very cool. So we just got that done. And we had our first Z's. So interesting. All right, Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
We're starting off with Papaloo.
Mm.
And you see that you get the free Anakin Skywalker mail-in, which eventually did end up on a card in the Power of the Force figures. But yeah, Ewoks for me are all kind of C's.
Yeah, I mean, they're cute, but nothing I would play with.
Well, I mean, again, at this point, we're talking about close to what, 85 now?
Yeah.
No, I think I still was, I mean, probably I was too old to do this, but I think I was still playing with my Star Wars figures. Not maybe with my friends as much, maybe with just my sister or maybe a close friend, but we weren't playing it. We weren't playing outside because I think at this point you were more into bikes and sports and all that. But I think the Ewoks, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. I don't know why Ewoks get hate. I don't think it's fair they get the hate. But wouldn't be on my top ranking for Star Wars figures.
Exactly. Same here.
Yeah.
They're cute to watch on the movies. I don't hate the Ewoks as the toxic fans do, but as a kid, I never wanted Ewok toys.
No, I wasn't even a big fan of Wicket. There was the male and Anakin again. Cool figure. You really couldn't do anything with it. I would say an F.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, again, the whole Malin thing was cool. That was always a cool aspect because it was like the waiting. It took 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes long. I think sometimes it took a couple months.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, more than a couple months. 4 to 6 weeks. 6 weeks is almost 2 months. But yeah, it was just kind of a cool novelty. But you really couldn't do anything with him. He didn't even come with a lightsaber because he was basically a Force ghost.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
he was. I mean, that's all he was. You can have him and Obi, Yoda, watch over your folks.
Yep.
But there you go. Not a great start to Jedi. Next up is Lumat. Again, they had cool accessories. I mean, they're all pretty much C's.
Yeah, they pretty much are.
So, I mean, I don't know if we have to keep jumping to.
Here, I'm giving an automatic.
Yeah, I'm not going to put them in any. Once we get to Wicket, he'll probably be at the head of the Z's. But
yeah,
I'm not going to keep jumping back and forth because they're going to be C's. So
yes.
Wicket is next. Much as I love Warwick Davis, again, C's. Tebow.
Once again, C.
Yeah. He was one of the cooler looking ones, though. He was also one of the taller ones as well.
And at least you got to have a funny sequence with R2 when he got zapped.
Yeah, he got one. Yeah, he got a little bit more screen time.
He did, actually. I won't deny that.
Yeah,
he was the one that pointed to Spirit Han, and Han was like, point that somewhere else.
Also, we need not forget that they do eat people.
They do,
Ewoks do eat people. Logray. I think he's the witch doctor, right? Or the leader?
He's the leader, yes.
Chief Chirpa is the last one.
Okay.
He's the one that has the least amount of accessories, too.
Yep. But still a C.
Oh, yeah, they're all C's. So we're going to go with a lot of the stuff that's in Jabba's palace in this one. Here's the Rancor Keeper.
Nah. Pretty pathetic character.
I mean, works with the Rancor, but really doesn't do anything.
He just cries once the Rancor dies.
Yeah, I would say F.
That's literally all he does.
Do you think it deserves a Z, or do you think it's F?
I personally would give him a Z.
Wow. All right.
He's just really a pathetic character.
Yeah, it's true. No, I can't disagree with you. He's not really.
I'm sorry.
Again, if we're going by playability,
yeah,
you can play with him with the Rancor monster, but that's it. Yeah. So there's all our Ewoks. Anakin, sorry, buddy. And then our first Z.
Yeah, so far none of these are what I would play with as a kid.
No, I wouldn't. I had it because, again, at this point, I think I was doing more display, James, than play. So I think I had him with the Rancor monster.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand this one. Was he in? What? I don't remember Prune Face.
I keep seeing that image of that toy, but I don't remember I've seen that guy in Robot Chicken, but
that's the only time I've seen him.
Action! It's right there! Slaying loads of sweet ass! Rufus! 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 Rufus!
I've never seen him in the movie.
That's the only time I've seen him is in Robot Chicken. I know he was in the movie, but yeah.
Where? I don't remember.
I mean, he's got the cloak, he's got the gun. I mean, I'm going to give him an F. I just don't remember him.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, probably an F too.
Just don't remember him.
Neither.
You guys feel free to correct me, but I don't remember him. Maybe he had a quick. I remember the guy in Star Wars, the elephant one, the elephant spy. I don't know what he was called more than I remember Prune Face. So, there you go. All right. Jedi's not starting out so good.
No.
Is that the GOAT?
Yes.
I think that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT Leia. There's two GOAT Leias. This is one of two.
Yes.
This is the one with the removable hat.
Yes.
And that really cool parka. I think the belt comes off. Yeah, just awesome figure. Really, really awesome figure. I think it may be the, I don't know. It's going to have some competition, but it's definitely a GOAT Leia.
Agreed. Yeah.
So Leia's been all over the board. She's been GOAT, A, F.
And now back to GOAT.
Yep. It really is a cool Leia figure.
All right. What's next?
Nikto. He was on the sail barge.
Oh, that's right.
It's a cool figure. Again, C?
Yeah, C is fine. I mean, he literally exists to get sliced open by Luke. That's it.
He's not really like,
No,
and he's not like the other ones, like the Cantina people. I would turn into, I would make into bounty hunters. He really wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, not worth that in my opinion.
No, I agree. So I put him at the end of the Ewoks. I think the Ewoks have a little bit more punch. And then where you have Nikto, you've got Klaatu.
Oh gosh, I don't like. I would definitely pass on that.
He looks like a generic, like
he
just
does.
like a knockoff alien.
I would just give him an F.
No, I think he's worse than Pruneface.
Yes,
I still think Anakin's worthless, but I think Pruneface might actually have a little bit of advantage over Klaatu. Just saying. Just saying, James.
Yep.
Boy, it's not looking good for the Jedi. Maybe the Jedi shouldn't have returned. They should have stayed home.
All right, who's next?
Who next? They actually made two of, I think, Klaatu. Believe it or not, they made two Klaatu figures. Endor Han, which I do like this Han because it's got the overcoat.
Yeah.
So I think it's a GOAT.
I agree.
Yeah, and the outfit underneath is cool. I think the outfit underneath is very similar to his Star Wars outfit.
It is.
But it definitely looks like a much more an upgrade in the figure.
Agreed.
Now, I still think Leia is the better GOAT. What do you think?
Dang, that's a hard one.
She's got the helmet and she's got the gun.
Yeah.
I do think she's the bigger GOAT on that one. I don't know what
your
thoughts.
Yeah, she does have more accessories, so yeah.
Yeah, and I love that. I love the removable helmet. That was. I think she's one of the few that has that. She has a couple figures where she has a removable helmet.
Right.
Say that 5 times fast. Han and Leia are back together, as they should always been. Thank you, J.J. Abrams.
Please don't remind me of that.
Who was the other guy? It's J.J. Abrams and Ryan, whatever his name, Johnson?
Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, 2 of you guys.
But they're both, their careers are shot, so we don't need to worry about them anymore. Oh, we all know why.
I wonder why. The Emperor!
Yes!
With the cane. I think you have to make him a GOAT because, like, I know that I used him constantly. Once he came out, like, he was, in my mind, more powerful than Vader, even though he didn't have a lightsaber. But you could put a lightsaber in his hand. You could put a lightsaber in his hand.
Oh, yeah. The Emperor is the main villain of... Look, as much as I love Darth Vader, I'm going on record. The Emperor is the main baddie. He's the puppet
master.
Of
course, yeah.
Yeah. There is no denying that he is the ultimate...
Lucas came out and said that Anakin is the chosen one, not Luke.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But
whatever the creator says, I go by. I don't give a crap what Disney says.
I still think that Han and Leia beat him out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
B-Wing pilot. I don't remember if I had a B-Wing, James. I don't think I did.
I didn't
even know there was a B-Wing pilot. It's just another one like the Cloud Car pilot. I don't think I knew this figure existed.
Right. Well, as a guy that is not a big fan of the B-Wings, I would have passed on a B-Wing pilot.
I think he's an F.
Yes.
Because I think you would probably use a rebel like the Luke Skywalker.
Heck, I would have used Luke Skywalker for
yeah. If again, I don't think I ever had a B-Wing, but I mean, it's not a bad figure, but I don't think there was necessary to have a B-Wing. Well, maybe there was because I guess you had different pilots, but
I don't know. I think they went a little. Now the A-Wings were okay, but the B-Wings,
the B-Wing was just a weird ship. I don't.
Yeah, it was a weird ship.
Didn't seem like it had the same playability. I'm still gonna give. I'm still gonna let. He still beats out Pruneface.
Right.
So at least he got that.
All right.
AT-ST driver. kind of meh.
Yeah, it's very mid.
I would much rather have the the AT-AT driver drive it than him.
Me too.
I think he's an F.
Yeah.
I think the B-wing pilot's probably better than him as well.
Right. Heck, if I wanted to put a pilot in that, I would have just used one of those stormtroopers that pilot the AT-AT and put it in there.
Yeah, and the thing is, I get why they made him. Like, I don't get Lobot. I get why they made the Bespin guards, because you had to have Bespin guards, but there's some figures that I get why they made them, but the playability for a kid wasn't there. You know?
Yeah, some figures are not meant to have. Some characters are not meant to have figures.
8D8. This was the torture droid, right?
Yeah, I was not. I don't know. I never liked that droid.
No, he was 2-1B. To me, he's absolutely a Z.
I agree.
I mean, you really can't do much with him.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with him.
And I think originally he came out in the Sears set they redid the droid maker set, and they did, I think, 2 more of them. They did two different Jabba's dungeon scene. I think he came originally with that, and then he got a card back, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. So you would think we would have more Z's in the first line than by the final line. I think by the final line they would actually have everything worked out, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Weequay. Now I will say he's cool. Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
I do like that figure.
I do like Weequay because you could use him as a bounty hunter.
Yes.
He's got that really cool staff.
I love that.
He looks cool. Yeah, I give Weequay a lot of love. I think he's an A.
Yes, I would give him an A.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Ever since they made them pirate characters in the Clone Wars, I kind of liked their durability.
Oh, they did. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And they got a lot of swagger too.
No, I definitely like that character much better than the other two. So we finally got an A on the board.
Yeah. My name's my own business, and my business is what's taking what's ours. Yeah.
All right. Again, this is another one. I remember them briefly. The thing I remember them from is the scene of Robot Chicken.
Come on. Oh, I'll get the next one.
Plenty of room.
No, I'll just take the escalator.
Squeeze on in.
I'd rather my robes didn't smell like a fillet of fish all day, thanks.
That's hopeful, man.
Well, next time, just let it go. Let it go.
Guys,
That's
watch
hurtful,
Robot
man.
Chicken. But yeah, I don't see any purpose in this figure whatsoever.
They're funny in Robot Chicken, but not a character I would play with.
I would say a Z.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like I said, some characters are not meant to have figures.
Well, not only that, James, this is one of the ones where I get Lobot and I get the Bespin Guard, but why squid figures? That doesn't make any sense. Again, Katina Band, other figures could have been made. So, all right, the Z's are trying their best to catch up. Riyi.
Oh my god.
No, no. Listen, the only reason I'm going to give this guy an F is because there's nowhere to put a gun in his hand. But he does look kind of cool. You got to give them at least marks for creativity.
Okay, I'll give them that.
But I'm going to give him an F.
Yeah,
And because he's really not good with weapons, I'm going to actually put him right next to Anakin. I think that even, what's his name, Klaatu or whatever, is better figure than he is.
Yeah.
He's cool looking. Again, I think he shows up for like a couple seconds, right?
Yeah,
in the movie?
He was in a couple scenes of the movie.
Again, could have done another figure instead of him. So.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's number 2 on the Fs. Way to go, Riye, or whatever. Rebel Commander. Again, another army builder for your Endor.
Right.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. No removable helmet. Go figure. Why not? Why didn't we do a removable helmet on him as well? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't think it really would have mattered.
It would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been cool, but I don't think it really would have mattered. At least for me, I wouldn't have cared.
I say an A because he's an army builder.
Yes.
Like if you're gonna have him take on the scout troopers or
Yeah.
stormtroopers. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Agreed.
I still think Wee Quay beats him.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, I think he gets the A spot.
Yep.
Bosch, which was Leia again.
Oh.
This again to me is a goat Leia.
Yes, it is.
But my question is this a bigger goat than Endor Leia?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I think it is because she plays two characters.
Right.
So you could use her as either. I think she beats out Endor Leia.
Yeah.
Boy, Endor Lea's got double goats. Good for you, Leia.
Dang.
I don't want to hear anybody say we are not a fair podcast. We may not be the fairest. That's Jim and them. But we're definitely a fair podcast.
We are the unfairest of them all.
We're not the fairest, but we get close. We get close. Leia, way to go, Leia. I love that.
Yep.
I loved that figure. That was one of my favorite figures to have. It would probably be in my top 15, 20.
Even if it wasn't Leia, that character
it's still a cool figure.
Yeah, it's still
still a cool figure. And it's a major part of the story.
Exactly.
Again, we never got the slave Leia until I think the second Power of the Force.
Oh, if we had the slave Leia, that would be my ultimate goat.
It's interesting that they didn't do the slave Leia. I'm assuming it was because
it was maybe inappropriate,
family
for kids.
friendly. Now I remember Nine Numb. I remember him being a mail away, and then he got his own card back. I do remember him being a mail away. Interesting character. I did like him. I remember getting excited when I got him in the mail away. I think he's an A. You can use him as a pilot.
Right.
He's kind of, he flew the Millennium Falcon. He's kind of like Lando's Chewie.
Yeah. Or as Lando calls him in Robot Chicken, you're like a short stack of pancakes.
Yeah. Lando sounds so drunk in that episode. You notice that? He sounds drunk the entire episode.
He does.
So, I'm not saying he was. I'm saying he sounds drunk. But got some Colt 45. All right, Nine Numb. I still think the rebel the rebel soldier or the rebel commander for the Endor beats him out because you can only build them. So I'm adding that as a benefit.
All right.
Rocking right through these.
Yep.
Rocking right through them.
Let's keep it going. Who's next on our list?
There's the goat.
Yes.
That is the goat, Luke.
That is the goat.
Without a doubt. And
Goat
did he
Luke.
have the right color? They gave him the right color. Yeah, they gave him the green lightsaber too.
Yes.
So this was the makeup for all the heartache of the wrong lightsabers.
This goes first in my book.
I think this is the biggest goat of the Return of the Jedi line. I agree. So absolutely the biggest goat of the Return of the Jedi line.
Yeah, I noticed that Chewie. So Vader, Chewie, R2, and 3PO never get any upgrades in the movies. They stay exactly the same.
Yeah, well, 3PO got the one that breaks apart. The figure, as far as the figure is concerned.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I'm picking up what you're laying down. Next up is Skiff Lando. This is the goat Lando figure for me. That's the goat Lando figure for me. He looks cool, period. I love the staff. I love the helmet. I really like that they went with, I wish they would have done more with the removable helmet. Where does he go on the goat line though, James? After Leia, in her Bosch outfit?
Yes.
Okay, I agree. See, Lando, look at that. That's a comeback.
Plus, you beat Han, so
he saved Han.
No, I'm talking about like he gets to now be first.
Yeah, right. Now he gets right. He finally beat Han Solo.
Yeah, he beats Han in this line.
Again, trying to be fair, trying to be balanced. We're doing it. We're like, all right, there you go. All right, so it looks like the S's are equal with the F's and the C's are leading. It looks like right now.
Well, let's try to.
Now, of course, because Klaatu was such an awesome figure, we had to do another one. And so we got Klaatu 2. He gets a skirt.
Still, that is horrible.
Yeah. I'm going to give him a C because he does have more accessories. It's a better figure, but he's going to get a very low C.
All right, fine. That's fine with me.
We'll give him points on his Cole's wardrobe. So there you go. Klaatu's got a little bit of redemption arc there. and the C's are still leading the pack.
Yikes. I'd like to try to get some more goats.
Yeah, I would too. This is General Medine. Again, I get it, but they could have made, I don't think anybody was scrambling for a General Medine figure.
No.
So for me, it's a Z. Like I think I might have had this figure, and if I got him, it was at a flea market.
Same here. Once
So,
again, a character.
I think he's as equally useless as the Rancor keeper.
Yes, agreed. I mean, he literally was only there to tell the rebellion that they stole an Imperial shuttle. That's it.
Yeah. Again, they could have done. There's a million other figures they could have done. I don't know about a million, but there's many other figures they could have done.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Okay. Well, moving on from that one.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite figures, Gamorrean Guard. Love Gamorrean Guard.
Yes.
I think, isn't this the figure they used for the Friar Tuck for Robin Hood, the Robin Hood Kenner figures? I think they used his body for that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they did. I would say he's a GOAT. I really like him. I think he's so recognizable.
They are iconic.
And they're great to army build. I love army building Gamorrean Guards.
I could have my Luke Skywalker fight a whole army of them.
Yeah, they really are a cool character.
They are.
So I absolutely think that they get the GOAT status.
Yes. Yep.
All right, so the GOATs now are starting to. They're challenging the seas, James.
Oh, let's keep it going then. Let's try to find some more goats.
Here's Crayola. Yeah, another Robot Chicken reference.
Yes.
Good chair, good chair. Nice lumbar support. Great view of utter blackness. Oh, fuck. I'm right under the air conditioning vent. And the chair's bolted to the floor? Who's the brainiac? Hey, Crayola, help me shut this vent. Yeah, reach up there with your staff of Ra and... Hey, wanna see me tempt fate? Could this day get any worse? I did it ironically, so I think I'm safe.
I think I really like
I know
those. They don't serve any purpose, really.
But they're so badass.
Dude,
looking.
I remember I used and this is before they came out with the Dark Force users. I remember when I used to play with the figures, I would make this guy like a Jedi, like he was some kind of really cool Sith.
Like some dark side warrior.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
So even though they didn't do anything in the film, they look so badass, and I would say a GOAT.
100% a GOAT.
Yeah.
100%. One of my, and again, probably top 20 of my favorite figures is the Royal Guard.
Okay, now we're at a tie.
Yep. And we're about to, I'm getting ready to break that tie. You ready for this? Because I love this one.
Go ahead.
I love this. The Biker Scout, dude. Dude, it was, I mean, they look so cool.
They do.
Even though the speeder bikes broke constantly. I would say that they're right after, I think they're before the Emperor on the S list.
Right.
So I'm going to put them right after Han. I love those figures. They just look so cool. And that's the other thing we were talking about with the improvements. They just kept coming up with cooler and cooler stormtroopers.
They did, yeah.
I mean, just all the time. Like you had the TIE Fighter, and you had the AT-AT, you had the Snowtrooper. They just kept topping themselves.
All right.
There you go. Estes have taken the lead.
Nice.
Bib Fortuna?
Yes.
I do like Bib. I don't know if he's a GOAT. He's a cool character, especially if you have the Java playset.
It's like a part of me wants to make him a GOAT, but I mean, that's a hard one.
I would say an A just because of the importance of the character.
Right.
But,
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't like fight him with a character, no, but yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Well, I did because the way he looks. Of course, when you play, you make up your own stuff. I used to make him just like a powerful bad guy or a boat-bound money hunter. I did something to make him less wimpy than he was in the actual, movie. Yeah, that's the cool thing about Star Wars. If you watch the commercials, they deliberately did that where they wanted the kids to build their own worlds. So yes, they wanted them to copy the movies, but remember we talked about the extra, even though we didn't like them, the extra vehicles they came out with that were in the movie to kind of allow that additional play feature, which is fantastic. There we go.
All right.
Looks like S and C are going to be our major categories.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there were more figures in this one. Akbar, again, we already talked about him. He really doesn't serve any purpose. I think he's an F. What do you think, James?
Dang.
You tell me what.
If I would give him an A.
Wow. Okay.
Have him be like the leader and like have like a whole battalion of rebels.
He had a dumb accessory though, a really dumb accessory. That stupid scepter. I never understood that scepter thing. I don't even know if he had that in the movie. But all right, Akbar gets. I'm going to put him after Bib Fortuna because I think Bib Fortuna has much more playability. But,
that's fine.
Yep. All right, so next up is the Max Rebo band set.
Oh yes,
I love this set. Why didn't we have they could have had a whole Cantina band set with Max Rebo and like at least 3 of the guys. But I think this is a GOAT. I love this set.
Agreed. Definitely a GOAT.
Where would you put it on the GOAT scale though, James?
Oh man, that's a good question. Definitely maybe
does it go before the Emperor?
Dang it. No, I would not put him before the Emperor.
I think where I've got it is good. Even though it's a 3-figure set, which really should make it a top. I think where I've got it, I think you'll like where I've got it. It is a 3-figure set, so value-wise, it's probably, as a value set, it's definitely the top GOAT.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I still think Luke Skywalker, Leia, Lando, Andor, Leia, they're still cooler.
Yes.
So.
All right.
Okay, now we counted this as a play set last time, but it truly is an action figure. And that's Jabba the Hutt.
Yes.
The absolutely GOAT.
At 100%.
Now, where would you put it as a GOAT? Because this is a big GOAT.
Definitely before Max Rebo Band.
What about Royal Guard?
Yeah, actually, that too.
What about Emperor?
Probably not.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna honor you. I would put it probably right after Lando Skiff Guard. That's where I would put it on my.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
Because it's, you can't. He's one of the most important characters in the movie.
True.
And it's, you get the figure, you get the base, you get what's the Salacious Crumb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a really cool set. Yeah, S is just completely dominated now.
Yep.
Now, again, James and I originally counted this as a vehicle, but it technically is a figure. And that's the Rancor.
Yes, that's a freaking GOAT.
Yeah. Where do you put on the GOAT scale?
Man, I would definitely put him. That's such a good question. Like I definitely want to put him alongside Jabba.
I think he goes after Jabba.
Yes. I put him after Jabba.
His keeper is an F, and he's a GOAT.
Well, because the Rancor
his keeper's actually a Z.
Yeah, because the Rancor actually did stuff he did not.
Well, he's just a cool dude. He's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
It's just cool. All right, there you go, guys. Wow. That's it.
Oh,
that is the Jedi setup. Yeah. So the Jedi definitely returned in the end. Definitely returned in the end with the S's. I did want to mention there was a figure that did come out as a set, but eventually came out as a carded figure, and that's the EV9 D9, Amanaman and Barada. The only way you could get them in the return to get them actually as figures before they became carded in the Power of the Force line was through that set through Sears. Again, that was, I think, the 3rd iteration of the Droid Factory being the Jabba dungeon, but that's how you, and again, $12 and you got 3 figures and a crappy playset, but that's the only way you get those figures. But we're going to include them in the Power of the Force because that's when they actually get carded. Here comes the power. This is the Power of the Force with the coins. This is not the Power of the Force with the steroid Luke. Very different sets. The first one was General Lando. This is a very cool figure with the cape and all that. I think without a doubt that's a GOAT figure.
Right. Okay.
Next up, we got our Warrock, the Ewok.
C.
Again, yeah. Yeah, I just don't. Now, these are very high. By the way, these are high collectible with the coins. These are one of the more collectible series because this was the end of the line, the actual traditional line. Again, I'll show the full panel in a second. Let's get some movement first.
Okay.
Another Ewok, Romba.
C.
I don't know if they named the vacuum after him or not. Romba.
They got interesting ways of naming these characters.
Yeah.
Hui, what next?
Barada. That's one of your pirate guys.
Oh yeah, that's the mutated bulldog species.
Yeah, it reminds me of the island of Dr. Moreau, the really bad one.
Yeah.
I would say for me he's an F, but I'll let you decide, James, because I'm not familiar with.
I don't know. I mean, I was never too far. I always thought they looked weird, and I wouldn't necessarily pick them, so I'd probably give it an F too.
Okay. All right, now we've come. I think we've done enough that we can actually look at the board now.
All right.
Everybody get a glimpse of 2 Ewoks on the C, Barada on the F, and Lando takes the goat spot.
Yep.
Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, Han Solo and Carbonite.
Yes, that's
definitely a goat. Yeah,
definitely a goat.
And I love the way they made the Carbonite where you can see through it.
And he can come out of it, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes, that is cool.
Yep. Because they did the Carbonite accessory with the Slave One that you could put Han in, but this was actually Han in the Carbonite with the outfit that he had in the Carbonite.
Right.
So that is definitely, for me, a definite goat.
Absolutely.
So, hey, starting off strong. Power of the Force. It's got some power.
Yeah.
This for me is the goat R2, the one with the lightsaber that shoots out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's my goat. That's my goat R2D2.
Definitely.
So, I think he's cooler than Lando.
Yes, agreed.
This one is another one. I don't know why.
F or no Z, flat out Z.
Yeah, that's one. And again, the only time I remember seeing this guy, I do remember seeing him fleeting, but Robot Chicken. Isn't this one of the guys that's sitting with the Emperor when Darth Vader calls after the Death Star?
Yes.
So I threw the Senate at him. The whole Senate. True story.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
You made it come out of my nose.
Go for Papa Palpatine.
You have a collect call from
Darth Vader.
Ugh, I gotta take this. Hold on. Vader, how's my favorite Sith? Whoa. Just slow down. Huh? What do you mean they blew up the Death Star? Oh! Who's they?
Milk can come out of my nose.
Guys, if you're not watching Robot Chicken, man,
then you are missing out.
It's. Let me just put it this way: it should be the original 3, maybe the prequels, and Robot Chicken. That should be the Star Wars canon.
Absolutely.
That should be Star Wars canon.
All right.
All right, here we go. We've got our first Z.
Yep. What's next?
Nice. Okay, so this is from the dungeon set. We mentioned him. Amon.
What the heck?
Yeah, it's just a big giant creature. I don't remember him in this. I don't remember him in the movie.
I don't remember him at all.
He's cool looking though. I'll give him a C.
I'd give it a Z.
I'm gonna. Okay, we'll give him an F then.
Weird.
We're gonna give him the F then.
Okay, F is fine. Yeah, I just that looks weird.
Yeah, I don't remember him being in the film. If somebody could tell me what scene he was in,
I'm gonna have to watch the whole Jabba's palace scene. And
that's where he was from. I don't remember him being in the dungeon scene either.
I guess I'll have to freeze all the shots that I watch just to see if I can spot him.
Yeah, I don't remember him being in there, but not too impressive.
Nope.
Next up is Yak Face, one of the most valuable figures. Again, I don't remember him in the movie. I don't remember him.
He was standing briefly. So when I recognize that shot right there, that showing right there. So when Leia cuts off the lights and the blind shut, and then she chokes Jabba, he was standing right there.
Oh, so he's basically background.
He's just a background character.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, a Z for me.
I go back to what you said. If I saw that character as a kid on the shelf, I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give him a Z. I'm going to give him an F, but because he's definitely cooler than Amon. Not by much. We finally get Anakin on the card, which I don't know why. It's not even a translucent. I hate that card back too. That card back looks awful.
Right.
So for me, it's a Z. Like, what do you do with him?
Yeah,
I think we gave him an F last time, but I think he deserves a Z on this one.
Yeah, for this one, yeah.
Useless. I mean, if he was translucent, I might actually go, oh, okay, I get it. I think they eventually did make it translucent. Ben, I think they came in a set. It was like Ben, Anakin, and Yoda, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where we get the first time we get the Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
In the but we didn't. This was the only one, right? I don't remember Han. Was there a Han? No,
I can't remember.
I think there was just Luke. It's a goat.
Yes.
100% goat.
100%.
I think it goes after Han and Carbonite, but I don't think we got the Han until maybe the retro set. Either way, he gets a goat. This is the Death Star Gunner. I like this figure.
Oh, yes. I do like that one.
I would not use him as Death Star Gunner. I would just use him as like a Death Squad with the Stormtroopers. I think it's an A. It's not a GOAT, but it's definitely an A.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, you can army build the heck out of that. So, yeah, you can army build the heck out of that. There's only 15 of these guys. So we're coming toward the end. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. This is the A-Wing pilot. We did forget one. We forgot two. I don't know what happened to them. But that's the A-Wing pilot. I would say a C.
Same.
I'd still put the Ewoks ahead of him. So this is the Collector's Edition. This is the Luke Skywalker from Endor, but they didn't have the removable helmet. I hear a lot of collectors complain that why didn't he have a removable helmet like Leia? But it looks kind of terrible. And I don't think he has the lightsaber.
Oh man, then I would put him a C.
Yeah, I think. I don't know if he's a C, maybe an A. I don't know if you can give. No, I'd say an A, a low A.
Without lightsaber, no lightsaber, no A from me.
I'm gonna give him a low A, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then the last one was that stupid droid from the dungeon. I remember him being in the dungeon set. EV9D9. Again.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Z for me.
Z2.
Yeah, 100% Z for me. I think with this one we can also combine. I think we can actually combine some other figures too, so we don't have to start from scratch. So let me show you guys what this one looks like. There you go, it's the Power of the Force. So you've got, because there's only 15 of these, you've got, I hate these, I hated this show. So we really just have to go by, for me, what the figures look like. But I hate all of these figures. This is R2 as from the Droid series. Looks terrible.
F from me.
100% an F. This is Sisse. He's very valuable, by the way. This is one of the most valuable Star Wars figures in the market.
Goodness gracious me. Definitely a Z.
I hate the card back. That's a Z. I agree. That's terrible looking.
Yep.
I would not buy that. I don't care if I collected. I would not buy that figure.
No.
This is Kez Aban.
Oh my gosh. Definitely a Z.
Wow.
That doesn't even strike.
Again, I think the reason why these figures are so collectible is they probably didn't make a lot of them.
Nope.
Because they look terrible. They really do. They look terrible.
Yes.
I mean, I can understand collecting them for just nostalgia, but they look terrible. And the show was terrible. It was not animated well either. It was not animated well at all. This is Jord Dusat.
What in the world?
It's a human.
Definitely a Z. Heck, give all these droids characters.
Well, no, there's a couple that aren't too bad. Jan Tosh. There's just they feel lazy.
They do.
They just feel lazy.
Yeah. It's hard for me to even give an accurate answer now for these characters.
Maul, I'm probably mispronouncing all of these. She's not bad. Not great, but she's not bad.
I'll let you.
No, I think she's still an F, but I don't think she's probably one of the few that's not a Z. Tig from.
What the heck?
I think that could have been a cool figure, but he looks terrible.
Yeah.
That could have been a very cool figure, but he just looks terrible. I get they were trying to keep it alive, but this was not the way to do it. Nobody cared about this series. Nobody cared about the droids.
Yeah.
Uncle Gundy, this guy looks like the guy from Care Bears.
Oh my gosh. What? Oh gosh.
Yeah.
How much more of this torture do we need to endure?
There's not that many more. Just hang in there.
Good, I'm trying.
The Ewok one only has like I think 6 figures.
Jeez.
And then we've got the 12-inch, which that'll be the palate cleanser.
I hope so, because these characters
this
are
is a Duloc Scout.
What the?
It looks like if the Grinch was on meth.
Yeah. What were they thinking?
It looks like the Grinch on meth.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is already emotionally draining me.
Oh, that's the Ewoks. Sorry. So that's the Ewoks.
Oh, that's the.
That was the Ewoks. All right, so.
Oh my god.
I gotta do this. So here's the other ones. Thal Jobin.
At this point, I give all of them either Fs or Zs. None of them appeal to me.
No, I think you're right there. Hold on, I'm gonna get through these real quick.
Yeah,
those are all they're terrible. Now this one might be somewhat decent.
Which?
This is the pilot. It just looks like a play school version of the B-wing pilot. Probably is a repaint of the B-wing pilot.
Yeah.
So I mean. I'll give it a C.
That's fine. That's
as close to good ones as we're gonna get. Okay, this is Vlix.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the loss of creativity here.
I mean, they look like the characters from the show. They don't look good.
No.
They don't look good at all.
These are definitely toys that I'm gonna peg my parents as a kid never to buy.
I don't see you walk like. I would think you would think these were almost knockoffs. I would look at this and go, are these knockoffs of Star Wars figures?
Yeah, but I would definitely pass on them.
Wait to see what they did to. Look what they did to my boy. Look what they did. Look how they massacred my boy, C-3PO.
Oh my gosh!
Again, it looks like a knockoff, like a rack toy, doesn't it? It looks like a rack toy of C-3PO.
Oh my goodness gracious me!
It looks like an absolute rack toy of C-3PO.
Definitely a Z. That's an abomination.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right, and the last one, which this just puzzles me, no end. So you see how all the other figures looked?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
Boba Fett. It's the Boba Fett figure.
Wow. That's it?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the only one they did that was actually look like the figure.
Well, then.
I'm not going to give it a goat. I'll give it an A.
Yeah, A is fine with me.
Yeah. All right. So here's where we're at.
We may come out with this with Fs and Zs taking the lead.
Oof. That's really bad.
Yep.
It's bad. Well,
but at least
you could have paused your screen and looked at because I'm not going through them because they're not working.
Yeah.
No. All right. There's only 6 Ewok figures.
Oh gosh.
And this is the Duloc Scout. This is the meth Grinch.
Oh gosh, flat out C.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't know, James. At least it looks somewhat decent. I think it's an F. I don't think it's as bad as the droid. The droid figure just looked cheap. At least that looked somewhat had some meat to it.
Fine. That's fine with me.
I know you're kind of checked out at this point.
Yeah,
here's the way they did Wicket.
Characters have been emotionally draining.
There's Wicket.
Oh, looks like a Care Bear to me.
It looks terrible.
Yes.
It looks absolutely terrible. It's hard to rate these D's at this point because they're all so bad.
Yeah, they are. Like I said, just take the easy road, give the rest of them F's and Z's. I couldn't care less.
I'm going to still go through them because we do this for the fans. The 3 fans who are watching. Low gray. Good Lord.
What? Oh my goodness gracious me.
That's terrible, dude.
Absolutely horrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
King Gomesh.
Another meth Grinch character?
Yep, apparently.
Z.
Now we've got the shaman. Ready for this? Because I mean,
gosh, here we go.
We didn't think we had enough.
Oh my
meth
god,
Grinches.
this is even worse. Another Z. They just keep making more.
Somebody should buy these figures, repackage them as meth Grinches.
That actually looks more like a meth-addicted Wile E. Coyote from.
That's true. Yeah, it does look like a more.
That's
it
what
does
it
look
looks
like a
like to me.
meth-addicted Wile E. Coyote. It's a very good point. And then the last one is Lady Gorniche. I'm not even gonna bother. They're all bad.
Okay.
I knew there was going to be a reaction with those because they're just so bad. They're highly collectible too. Highly collectible. There you go.
Oh my god.
Golly, we figured that. We filled that F and Z up quick.
Yeah.
And you can pretty much interchange any of these in the F and Z. You can put them in any order you want, F and Z, and it would still be the same. The way they did Wicket deserves to get the king of the Z's on that one.
Yep, he does.
All right, 12-inch.
All right.
I think you'll like these, James, because I love these. These were some of my favorites.
This better be the grand
12-inch R2D2.
Yes.
I believe that the Death Star plans go in his back.
Oh, nice.
So I would say A or GOAT.
Man, you can put the plans in him?
I think it's a GOAT with the plans.
Yeah.
Death Star plans.
All right.
Okay. So GOAT for R2. Nice. Now I think this is where Chewie gets his the first time he got his crossbow, the 12-inch Chewie.
Nice.
And I think he deserves GOAT status because he's got the crossbow.
Agreed.
Oh, I love this one. 12-inch Darth Vader coming up.
Yes.
And he had the cloth cape too.
Definitely a goat.
Yep. 12-inch Luke, Farm Boy Luke. He had a blue lightsaber, by the way.
Oh.
Dang, I know, actually it was green.
Oh.
But he had the grappling hook. I think he came with a blaster. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
I would say GOAT.
All right.
12-inch Leia, where you could do her hair.
Oh, wow.
I don't see a lot of boys buying this one.
No.
So because I'm going to give her an A, only because unlike the other Leas, this is definitely more Barbie-esque. Barbie-esque.
Yes, I agree.
C-3PO.
Oh, wow.
But, I think, would you say A or C on him?
Probably an A.
I had all these. Well, almost all these. I'll tell you when I don't have one. 12-inch Boba Fett. So freaking awesome.
Yes, that's a goat.
100%. I would normally put him ahead of Darth Vader, but Darth Vader just looks so cool in the 12-inch.
Yes.
Now this is a really cool 12-inch Ben Kenobi with the cloth cape.
Oh, dang, that is
lightsaber. He had a almost a gray blue lightsaber.
Okay.
Again, I wouldn't give him higher than A because you can't do much with him, right?
Right. So yeah, I'd still give him an A.
Yeah, I agree. This was funny because they didn't do this with anybody else, but they gave Han the medal.
Oh, wow.
And I think they released him before the movie came out, or kids didn't know what the medal was for. But I love that Han. That is a cool looking Han Solo. He's got his blaster, his vest, all that. He's really cool looking.
All right, so goat it is.
This was the Jawa.
Oh, yeah.
I'll go ahead and give him a C.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you want to put him.
Yes.
But not a bad looking large figure. I know he wasn't 12 inch. I think he might have been 9 inch. Because they did try to go close to like make the sizes match up.
Yep.
Stormtrooper.
Oh.
I think that's an A.
Absolutely.
No, he's probably a GOAT. Because I mean, you're gonna need a Stormtrooper.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do it without a Stormtrooper. You're not gonna play with your. You're not gonna put the set together on a Stormtrooper.
Yep.
I never got this one. It's the one I did not have.
Oh wow.
12-inch IG-88.
Definitely a GOAT.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I think he was the tallest, James, of them. I think he may have been close to 16 inches. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. This was the puppet Yoda that came out.
Okay. That's definitely
not a great puppet. It was a hard puppet, like made almost a hard rubber or plastic. So you couldn't do much with him as far as the mouth, just kind of move him around with your hand. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What would you say on him? A
GOAT. Oh.
GOAT? Okay, GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the remote control R2-D2.
Oh, yes. Definitely
Definitely
a GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that actually tops the regular R2-D2.
It does, actually.
These are with the power of the Force. Do you think, compared to the power of the Force, you know what? I'm just going to leave them where they are because it kind of splits them up nicely the way I have them.
Okay.
So we'll review them. So again, if they were two different boards, take out the power of the Force figures. So I think you'd agree Darth Vader, then Boba Fett, Han Solo, IG-88, Chewbacca, Luke, then the RC, R2, Stormtrooper, regular R2, and Yoda. Does that look about right?
Yeah.
For the A's, Obi, Princess Leia, and C-3PO.
Yep.
Then for the C's, the 12-inch would be Jawa.
Yes.
So Power of the Force, we talked about those. For the droids, the only one that made it to A was Boba Fett because it was a remake of Boba Fett. And then we did give the pilot, which is a poorly painted version of the B-Wing. It looks like I actually put them next to each other. The rest of the droids, you could mix and match where they should go on the F scale for those that are there. And then the Ewoks, I put all the meth addict Grinches or Wile E. Coyotes together. And then for the Ewoks, the Wicket is the #1 bad Ewok in the Z's. And then that Sin guy is the worst for the droids.
Yeah.
And then the low grade is terrible as well. And then the rest of the droids are just, they look cheap. They look like knockoffs, especially C-3PO. They look like rack toys. They really do. Highly valuable. They look like rack toys. So you can always pause that and look at it. But that was the remaining of the figures. So that was it, James. That was the end of it. What'd you think?
Man, I mean, that was quite a wild adventure.
Yep.
It's like for a moment we were going through some fun toys and then going through some that were so draining. Like they were literally draining my joy. But at least the 12-inch, at least were.
At least we ended on a high note.
Fresh
Yeah,
air.
we ended on a high note. I love those 12-inch figures. They're so awesome. So that was a good episode. We ran a little late, but that's okay. We always do, it seems.
Yeah,
we always do. James, thank you so much for being a part.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Glad you have me back. Once again, James, thank you so much for joining us. I love having you on, brother. It's always good to see you.
Absolutely.
And thank you, folks. We love our dedicated viewers. All of our channels are right there. We've got Facebook, YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on X and also on Rumble. Anyway, guys, have an amazing night. We appreciate you. Thank you. We are out.